Hi everybody, this is Symphonic Elk, and I am coming at you with my 35th comic book haul. But before we get to the haul, or to the trivia question for this past week and the upcoming trivia question, I did want to take a moment and talk about one of our dear friends, Joker68. I don't know if anyone has had a chance to see his video that he put out either today or last night, but yeah, he seems to really be suffering. So if you can send him your thoughts, your prayers, if you're inclined to do those types of things, I think that would be great. Send him a message. Just let him know that you're thinking about him, thinking about his family, and he's going through a rough time. And yeah, it really sucks because he's a good guy. Really, it would suck regardless, but yeah, he I feel like he deserves better. Anyway, now on to, I suppose, happier things. So, last week's trivia. So, the prize for last week's trivia was this Jason versus Leatherface #1. Very nice, very nice. And the question was, what two books are considered to be the first horror comic books? And yeah, I give a hint that they came out in the 1940s. So the two books were Classic Comics #13 and Eerie #1. I believe the Classic Comics #13 was a retelling of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. But yeah, so for the most part, people answered that question correctly. There was another answer, and that answer was Adventures into the Unknown. That came out in 1948, which is after both of these first two books, but it was the first horror anthology. So if you answered that, I went ahead and counted it because it is a horror first. It is in the 40s, so I could see how that might have been confusing. Anyway, so who do we have? We have C. Woodard, Rated Rar, Allern, Iron Monkey Fist, and Tennessee Fish Daddy. So when I do it this way, the less technological way, I wad them up. I throw them in my trusty I Love Intercourse coffee mug. That's I Love Intercourse, Pennsylvania. This is PG rated most of the time. Sometimes PG-13, depending on what book I show. And one last one. So then we take it, we show it, we shake it up, and we reach in and grab one, and it is Allern. So, Allern, if you can send me your address to elk.prizes@gmail.com, I would appreciate it. And now we're going to go to the next trivia question. So this week's trivia question, the items up for grabs are, we have a black and white Dinosaurs for Hire Ashcan edition. This was at the New York City Comic Con, I believe, in 1993. And the Heroic Age Deadpool variant for issue #23. So, what is the question? The question is as follows. Michael Chabon, Chabon, has won a Pulitzer Prize for his book Cavalier and Clay, which is a magnificent book. Let me start by saying that. In the book, the characters create a comic book character. What is the name of the comic book character they create? Not what is the name of the main characters in the book. What is the name of the comic book character they create? So, if you can send your answers to elk.prizes@gmail.com, the only official way to enter an elk production prize bonanza. And if you could also send your YouTube name, if I'm not familiar with who you are, that would be great. Okay, so before we get started with the haul, one last item. So we have entered the last week of my St. Jude's fundraiser. We have raised over $400. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very, very much to the community. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's great. So I've got a couple more prizes to add. I apologize that I haven't been adding prizes last week. I was super, super busy. I'll also be really busy this week. So what am I adding? So first, we have Robotech #1, the Comic Vault store variant. Pretty cool cover if you like Robotech. We've got Batgirl #1, the Adam Hughes New 52 cover. We've got Black Panther #18, signed by the cover artist Frank Cho. So yeah, feel free to donate some money, do a video, or do an email and include me in it. And I will put the information for the fundraiser down in the description. All right, guys, I will see you in just a second. Thanks. Goodbye for now. All right, everybody, I am back. And yeah, this is going to be a small haul. A small haul. Anyway, we're going to get started now. Going to start with some DC titles and Marvel titles. So here we have Wonder Woman #96, a Brian Boland cover, and most notable for it being a DC Universe logo. Next we have one of really the hardest ones to find. This is Nightwing #2. Very, very hard to find, DC Universe logo. Here we have Harley Quinn #2. This is the Amanda Conner second print variant. Also pretty hard to find. So this book actually isn't new to me, but I found a couple of books in my closet when I was cleaning out one of the closets down in my basement that I didn't remember where they were. I knew that I had bought them, and I thought that they were just gone. I thought that I'd left them in my office at work, to be completely honest with you. But apparently not. Actually, the Batgirl that I showed as a prize was one of them. But I also had Batman Detective Comics #1. This is a premiere issue and a Joker cover. Pretty awesome. Batman #1, also a premiere issue and a really awesome one, considering that I don't own this one. Well, I did. I've owned it all along, I guess, but I actually like I said, couldn't find it, so I had gone back and bought one of the variant covers. Also from Marvel, Ultimate Fallout #4, the first appearance of Miles Morales. This was also in that pile that was behind a bunch of stuff in my closet. So yay, good stuff. There were a bunch of other books, some books of note, but these were just the best ones. Anyway, going back to new books, I got Incredible Hulk versus Venom #1. This is an early Venom team up, and man, this book has gotten to be quite expensive. So yeah, pretty cool. And I think it's also one of the first times that you start to see Venom as a quote-unquote good character, or at least as a conflicted one. Picked up this store variant from Amorphous Inc. It's one of their convention exclusives. It's Venom #2 and the Clayton Crane variant cover. So this is the Virgin second printing variant cover from Unknown Comics, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool Venom #1. So yeah, that's all of the DC and Marvel books that I picked up in like the last week. It's pretty crazy. But I do have some indie titles, so we can start on those now. So, new comic book day. I did pick up The Farmhand by Rob Guillory, most famous for his work on Chew. I haven't had a chance to read this, but it looks really, really promising. I did pick up one of the Die, Die, Die. I guess I did not get one of the more expensive variants. I think the two expensive variants are the one where she says that she's drunk down here, are the ones that don't have any word bubbles at all. I don't know. Pretty cool. I don't know. It's supposed to be pretty good. Picked up Quantum and Woody #1. This is the first appearance of Quantum and Woody. There's a movie, I believe, coming out about this. Picked up the Comic Vault Pouches variant by Jim Toe. Like I said, I love anything that makes fun of Rob Liefeld and his affinity for pouches. So there you go. Youngblood #1. I picked up Cry for Dawn #1. This is the first appearance of Dawn. I'm slowly but surely going back and picking up all of the first appearances of the girls of the 90s. Dawn, Lady Death, She, Witchblade, etc. Yeah, you know, kind of reliving the books that I wanted to get when I was a kid, but either wasn't old enough to get or wasn't rich enough. Anyway, moving on, this is Vampirella #1. This is the Natalie Sanders variant cover, the Virgin variant, and it is signed by Natalie Sanders. I think this is really awesome. A couple more books, and that's it. So, got Men in Black #1. This is the first appearance of Men in Black. This is this is part of a 3-issue miniseries, and that is what the first movie was based off of. Picked up Sea Bear and Grizzly Shark #1, the second printing. Really, really hard to find book. Really cool and hilarious cover. Picked up Voltron, Defenders of the Universe #1, the Jenny Frison variant cover. This is tied with Hack and Slash #17 as her first published cover work. I don't know which one actually came out first in the month, but they both came out in July of 2008. And the last thing that I picked up, and it's really kind of hard to see, this is the 10th anniversary of Image, their black hardcover, and it's signed by 4 of the creators. Mark Silvestri, Todd McFarlane, Eric Larson, and I don't remember the last one all of a sudden. But yeah, it's a hardbound book. Oh, well, so Jim Valentino, that would be the other one. So yeah, these kind of run for a lot. I found it really very cheap, so I went ahead and picked it up. Anyway, that's it. That's all I have. Just didn't pick a whole lot up the last week or so. I'm waiting for a book that I ordered 2 weeks ago on eBay, and I have a feeling that I am not going to get it. I'm not going to say what it is because I'd like for it to be a surprise, but it's a really cool book. One I've wanted for a long time. I have a feeling I'll be getting my money back, but we will see. So anyway. Yeah, again, good thoughts. Send them the Joker 68. The man needs them. He deserves them. You know, take a moment to type out a message. If you need his email address, just let me know, and I will. I'll provide it, or I'll forward on anything that you want to say to him. He's a great member of the community, and you know, remember everything that he does. He's often, you know, doing it while he's in pain, and yeah, the fact that he still is active in the community, given you know, the situation, is pretty awesome. So, yeah, you know, hate to end on a sad note, but let's send positive vibes his way, and hopefully we'll find out that it ends up ending on a good note. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And thanks for spending a little bit of your day with me. And I will see you soon, either on the chats or on the videos. Or if you know me in person. Thanks. Goodbye.